Hello, Facebook. It is storming here, so I am hoping that I keep my internet connection, and I'm going to try to keep it short just in case I don't. I hope all of you guys are having an excellent day today. It is Saturday. It is my mom's birthday, so I want to give a quick shout out. Happy birthday, Mom. We had a good day visiting and playing games. And, well, we didn't have cake, but we had dessert and stuff, so it was fun. Okay, I really quick want to share this on my other pages and hoping that we can get a couple more people on. Of course, my computer's being super slow. There we go. Okay. I see it. Now I get to share it. But because I always kind of get frustrated when I'm waiting for somebody to start their content, I am going to get that started in just 1 second. And I won't make you wait the whole time I am trying to share. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. If you are joining, say hi so I know who's there. And this is taking forever. Okay, so I'm just going to get started, and excuse me for looking back and forth. I know that's probably a little bit rude. And someday I'm going to teach my kids how to do this for me so they can just do this for me while I'm actually on live. So, it's taking a long time, so I'm just going to get started. Practice. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is a little bit about what you could expect when you're on a journey of like personal change and evolution and, really changing some of your habits and your habitual thoughts and stories that you've practiced for so long. So, just want you to remember, even like when we are talking about beliefs are just thoughts that have been practiced over and over and over and over. We didn't always believe everything we were told right away. So maybe, we did extra research and then we just, more and more information started coming. We maybe hear things from teachers, hear things from our parents, hear things from a priest or a pastor. Whatever it is, we get lots of input. And so a belief is just something that we've practiced over and over. Sometimes it's our personal beliefs or beliefs about our family, our friends, our job, our boss, our coworkers. It's taking forever. So it's just thoughts that have been practiced over and over. But that's what makes it really tricky when you want to change those thoughts or your habits, is that it just feels natural to us. And when it just feels natural to us, it's easy to get in the mindset where it can never change. Now, also on the other end of the spectrum, we've got people who feel like they already understand all of these concepts. They've been, like for me, for example, like I've been trained, I've been a coach for over a year, I've practiced all of these tools, so I kind of assume, and a lot of my coaching friends, kind of just, we get frustrated a little bit because we think, oh, we should already have this by now, we shouldn't be, struggling, or we should have reacted in a better way right away, and all that kind of stuff. So it's not true that you're just going to get there and then never need to work on it again. What is true is that it's something you're constantly going to have to practice. And at first it's going to feel really cumbersome and awkward and not natural, because it isn't natural for us because we haven't practiced it enough yet. And then it's going to start getting easier but it takes a while, and that's okay. So don't beat yourself up when it feels cumbersome and awkward and like it's work, and it'll feel like it takes more effort, because it does take more effort. At first, to be conscious of what's happening, and then to remind yourself of this new belief that you want to have, or these new thoughts. So it totally is cumbersome and awkward, and it does take more effort. But that's okay. That's what it takes to change. So like, you're going to notice that things that trigger you are still going to trigger you. But it's going to decrease the amount of time in which it takes you to return back to like happiness and joy and all these things. So as soon as you notice it, you're gonna be instantly like questioning it and changing it, especially if it's something that you really do want to change. Computer. Okay, I'm just gonna forget about it. So so where was I? So yeah, it's awkward when you're trying to change these new habits and thoughts. So what things trigger you into feeling like a victim, or, like when you feel like you're feeling something that you don't have any control over it, the circumstances around you, something somebody says. It could be a person, it could be a song, it could be anything. For me, one of my big triggers is people who do not use their blinkers. I said that a couple of times. Probably about 20 times I said that on the Facebook Lives. But for me, that's just one of my triggers. And today, I was very conscious of it. And it's not that I didn't get frustrated right away. I just was able this time to right away just, okay, bring myself back to a centered place, and just really realize, like, it's not all about me. Maybe this, that, or the other thing. And honestly, the weirdest thing happened today, because first of all, I love old people. I love old people. And when I was a teenager, I worked in a restaurant, and I was driving home, and I don't remember, somebody pulled out in front of me, and I had to like slow down like fast to not hit the person, and I was really scared, and I was really frustrated, and as I was like coming up fast on this car, I like laid on the horn, and I never do that. I never did that. I probably have beeped my horn a few times, but not like at other drivers. And as I passed that car, like as soon as I had the chance to pass it, I did. And it was the oldest, cutest man. And I felt horrible. My heart sank. I was just feeling like the worst person in the world. Here, this old man's driving, and I'm laying on the horn. He's probably having a tough time already. And then I'm back there acting like a jerk. And so, okay, so I'm going to bring back to today, when it seemed like everywhere I went, I was waiting to pull out, and people were not using their blinkers. And it's like, if you would have just used your blinker, I could have gone like 8 minutes ago. This is kind of how it feels. And every single one was like an old person, an old woman, an old man. And it just reminded me, like, so I centered myself before the cars would get to me. And as soon as they got there, it was like an elderly person. And then I just felt so much better about myself that I didn't like freak out and like just spout out some like nastiness or like, bad energy. And it's a good reminder. And then like there are other situations today that have really triggered me, and I was just stayed very conscious today. I was very deliberate, very conscious about my actions, my reactions, my thoughts, my feelings, and how I wanted today to be. And I just feel like I rocked it today. Could it have been better? Sure, of course. Could it have been worse? Yeah, definitely. Definitely could have been worse. And it has been worse. But I'm not going to beat myself up about what I didn't do or how good it could have been. I'm just letting myself enjoy the fact that I did better. So every day I wake up and I just want to improve, even if it's by an inch, you know what I mean? A millimeter. Just, I want to be better today than I was yesterday. And I felt like I really did that today, and it feels really good. But I just wanted to make sure that I hopped on here and I let you guys all know, once you start putting some of these things into practice and you start paying attention to your thoughts and your feelings, it's not like a cure-all. And you're not just going to arrive at this place where you never get bothered again and your feelings never get hurt and you don't feel any negative emotion. Those things are there and they're going to be there. But with the tools and the concepts that you have or that, maybe you're learning, it just takes time. And it's okay. You're not just going to be perfect at it, ever. I'm never going to be perfect at this stuff. I'm never, ever, ever going to be perfect at it. But I can be faster at it, and I can be good at it, and I'm hoping to get great at it. And so can you. So whatever it is it like a dietary change, a change in your activity level, a relationship you're having trouble with? Do you just really dislike your job? Do you hate it when people don't use their blinkers and use the road the way they're supposed to? Doesn't matter what it is. Is it your kids not picking up their toys or sassing back? Whatever it is. That's a good one. I'm going to talk about that on Facebook Live, about our kids and our emotions. Because that one is tricky for mothers, and this one in particular. So, I digress. That's going to be for a different day. But give yourself grace and give yourself time and realize that some of these beliefs that you've practiced and these stories that you've told yourself about others and yourself are just been practiced for many, many, many years. Many years. And now you're trying to change that, and it's going to take some time. You're not going to be perfect at it, because none of us are. Even the best of the best are not perfect at this. And they still have a lot of the same struggles that we have. Even I have a lot of the same struggles of the people who are just starting out in this journey. It's decreased and it takes less time, but it's still there. So don't be upset with yourself when you get triggered. And as soon as you recognize it, then you can start changing it and deciding if you like what you're feeling and saying and doing and all those things, or if you would like to remain conscious and put in the effort to do something different. Now, if you follow me, you probably already know that I coach on Brooke Castillo's model. She calls it the model or the self-coaching model. And if you don't know Brooke Castillo, I highly recommend you start following her. You can find her at thelifecoachschool.com. She also has a podcast, which is excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That's also the Life Coach School podcast. You should totally check that out. So in Brooke Castillo's self-coaching model, she teaches that we have circumstances that we can't control, but we also have a thought about those circumstances. Now, our thoughts about the circumstances create our feelings. So our thoughts create our feelings drive all of our actions, and our actions create our results. So if you're thinking a certain way every time in a certain situation, you're always going to have the same result. Now, if you want a different result or a different behavior, or a different action, or a different feeling, you're going to have to think a thought you haven't thought before. And so that's where the power truly comes. But in order to do that, you need to stay very conscious and be very deliberate about what you're thinking. And that just takes practice to just consciously look at your thoughts just takes practice. And even if you don't know how to change it, just by observing it and noticing it, you are already starting to change it. But if you have any questions about any of it, any of this, I want you to go ahead and just reach out to me. You can do that on Facebook. You can message me on Facebook. You can leave a comment below. And if you want to dig in a little deeper to learn more about this, or you want to work through a specific situation, I am offering life strategy sessions. They're 1 hour phone calls, and they're absolutely free, no obligation. And I'm going to do them until I reach 100 free ones with this Facebook Live. So I'm either going to do them until I reach 100 life strategy sessions that I've given away for free, or when my 100 days of Facebook Live challenge is over, then I won't be offering it anymore. And this is probably the very last time I'm ever going to offer these for free. So yeah, go ahead and get in on them while you can. Otherwise, I will be, like I said, on Facebook. So you can just reach out to me. If you have questions, you can reach out to me if you want to get in on the life strategy sessions. And I would love to hear from you. I hope you are all having an amazing weekend, even if it is raining. It's just an opportunity to, either get something done or snuggle up with a movie or a book, play a game with family, friends, whatever it is. So take what you can get and turn a rainy day into a great one. I hope you guys all have an amazing weekend, the rest of the weekend. I will be back tomorrow for day 32. And I am just really excited about today. I feel good. And I want you to feel good too. So, all right. Sending you lots of love tonight.